public hearing is called to order at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, April 9 of 2019. This hearing is being held as required by the provisions of Chapter 131, Section 40 of the General Laws of the Commonwealth, an act relative to the protection of the wetlands was most recently amended. Notice of the time and place of this hearing was published in the Advocate on April 4 of 2019, also posted in the town clerk's office. We are being taped or even going out live broadcast. I'm supposed to let you know that, so the ethics rules. Person wishing to be heard will be called in the following order. So the first thing, minutes for approval, so the March 12 meeting.
Take a motion, the minutes be approved.
Second motion.
Any further discussion? In favor?
Aye.
Opposed or abstaining? I wasn't looking, that's why I can't vote on this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Merrily, we have meeting mail.
Oh, actually, I do have something, it's the usual Eversource, right away thing.
Okay.
They're using a company called Lucas Tree, I don't know if you've seen it, but they were all on that easement there. So, they'll be on for a while.
Okay. Anybody's watching who sees them know that they contact us annually to let us know when they're doing right-of-way clearing.
Mhm.
And they try to use nets and all those kinds of things, so they're
Yeah,
not tearing
yeah.
up the islands. Any discussion on old business? I see none. Nothing continued from before, so we'll go to new business. We have an RDA, Stephanie Von Jess of 201 Peckham Road. A request for determination of applicability was filed by Stephanie Von Jess for property located at 201 Peckham Road, map 2, lot 12D and 12H. The applicant proposes to install a septic system in the buffer zone to a bordering vegetated wetland. The applicant is represented by Darren Michaelis of Foresight Engineering Incorporated.
Hey, right there, Darren? I'm surprised he's not here. Darren.
Oh, Darren was here last meeting that we didn't have quorum,
Okay.
remember?
No, I wasn't here, I probably don't.
No, you weren't here?
I was here.
You were here.
Yeah.
Everett was here.
Okay.
Paul was here.
Paul was there.
So,
Yeah, and we
so
didn't
what
have
do we
quorum,
need
so, yeah.
So, did you say he wasn't coming today?
I did not hear from him.
Yeah, no, I didn't hear from him either, I'm surprised he's not here.
We told him when the next meeting was scheduled for that night,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they were questioning, the
Well,
neighbors were
so
here about the
one
well
of the-
work.
One of the abutters
Letters, yeah.
thinks that his well falls within the 100-foot zone, but the engineer was pretty sure it didn't.
But he said he was gonna contact Marlene and give her an update, and you haven't heard.
So maybe you want to continue?
But with the new system, it's definitely not gonna be
Probably.
anywhere near it. Even if it's where the guy thinks it is. There's no note of it on the plan because he thinks it's in wetlands as well.
Oh, I see, yes, yeah, and he's wrong.
And right now, the septic system in the house that's being replaced actually goes down that side of the property to the wetlands,
Mhm. Yeah.
so.
You guys want to see the plan?
Why don't we do this? Let's table this. This gentleman's here, we'll have him come up and then we can come back to this. That way you don't have to wait.
Okay.
Well,
You
you
can
know
do
what?
the site
It's not.
Peckham
You
Road.
know,
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
is he here?
I don't know.
I'll agree to table that.
All right, so motion to table for the next 5 or 10 minutes until we get past the other RDA. All in favor? Okay. So next, RDA, Derek Macedo, 8 Andes Court. A request for determination of applicability was filed by Derek Macedo for property located at 8 Andes Court, map 9, lot 31F. The applicant proposes to install a septic system in the buffer zone of a bordering vegetated wetland. The applicant is represented by Niall Zager of Zenith Consulting Engineers, LLC. Plan name is subsurface sewage disposal system upgrade. Floor is yours.
Good evening. For the record, Niall Zager from Zenith Consulting Engineers. Before you for a septic upgrade. The existing septic system is located in the rear of the property. There is actually a drainage ditch, so there's a drain line that comes from this catch basin out on Andy's Court, runs down the side of the property, which would be the east side of the property, and runs into a drainage ditch, and comes out into a BVW. So what we've done is we've shown a wetland that kind of goes off like this. We have wetlands flags 1, 2, and 3, and the rest of it is just the drainage ditch that was there, creating what I'm assuming when the subdivision was built. So what we've done is we've proposed the existing septic system's in complete failure. We believe it's actually in the water table, it's down very deep. So we believe it's in the water table currently. What we're looking to do is upgrade it. We're able to keep all the work outside the 50-foot buffer from the wetland. It's all within an existing lawn area. We are proposing a silt sock in all areas that are adjacent to that 150-foot outer buffer. Basically what's happening is we have to pump the septic system up to get it above the water table and what's required. So that's why you see the 2 tanks here. You've got the proposed 1,500 gallon 2-compartment tank, and then you also have the 1,000 gallon pump chamber. Both of them are monolithic H20 tanks for buoyancy and to make sure that water doesn't infiltrate into the tanks. And then we're proposing, unfortunately the soil is not very good there either, so the system is fairly large. We're proposing a plastic, what they're called infiltrator quick floor chambers, and that's what we're proposing in the rear of the property. Again, no vegetation has to be removed. There is a little bit of filling just because of the fact that it is a high water table, and that's why we're doing the pumping. There's no way of avoiding the pump because where the plumbing comes out of the house we can't change. So that's why the pumping is there. And we're forced somewhat in this area because of the pool. There's a deck here, so we kept everything as far away as we can, but at the same time feel as though obviously it's a huge improvement environmentally than what's there currently. So be happy to answer any questions.
It's an array system?
Yeah, I mean it's out. So the existing grade right now is around elevation. Bear with me, my eyes are terrible. 101 to 102. And the grade over the system is going to be around 103. So it's going out of the ground a foot and a half, somewhere in that range. So it's not I wouldn't call it really a raised system, although it is being raised. It's very low. It's not going to be like one of the mounted systems where you go out there and it looks like a ski slope. It's not going to look like that.
Cool, I'm sure I appreciate that.
Yes.
So is the old system coming out completely?
That's correct. So yes, I should have stated that. So the tank is located right where the new tanks are going. So that will be ripped right out. And then what's going to happen is we're going to pipe to the new system. That new system is going to be pretty much right where the old system is. So that will all have to be removed. They'll fill that in with sand up to the elevation that's proposed on the plan, and then from there the system will be built up.
So question then about process, so when things are coming, when the old stuff's coming out, and then who's going in, I'm guessing you're going in between the east side of the house and that eastern property line, that seems to be the widest spot, so you're staying away from the pool?
That's correct.
Yeah, that's a big yard.
Just so stuff's coming out, I mean, it doesn't seem like you're bringing in a whole lot of fill to be able to cover. You just,
To be honest with you, material might actually have to come out because what's going to happen is the material that comes out for the, either for the existing field and the tank is going to be removed off site, and then they're going to bring in sand. Some of that material is going to be stockpiled. It will be stockpiled on I would call it the northerly side, away from the wetland, because they don't have enough room to work over here. They would be stockpiled over here, and they would use that to fill over the system afterwards. So the material, and then obviously won't be seeded after that.
So the old material it's just saturated sand, right?
Well, there is stone and pipe as well. So it's an old stone and pipe. It's got pea stone and crushed stone in it. That's those standard old systems.
So you just have to pull out the pipe, you can leave the rest of it?
The rest, well, actually the stone and I mean, if the sand, sometimes they'll reuse some of the sand that they can, what will happen is they'll call me when they start to open it up, and they'll dig it out, and they'll call me and say, hey, let me know how this looks. And we'll make a decision on site with myself, the contractor, and the health agent, Joe Correa. We'll make a decision as to how, what we're going to do from there. So yeah, but as far as the stone and the pipe will absolutely be removed off site. That has to be.
So going back to previous comment, I can see that the slope is, from top left to bottom right. I'm just wondering, actually, what I would like is, because there's going to be a little bit of stockpiling, Yeah, just the.
Yeah, well, you know what it's,
Or is that tree?
that's treed over there, that's the only reason why I stopped it, there's about a 10-foot section of trees, so I think that would, and again, I don't think it'll get, and that's outside the 100-foot buffer too. So I don't think, that's a good point, I actually looked at that, but realistically, everything's coming this way, so this, I think this will act as a good protection for you and for the wetland. Yes.
And to access the site, you're gonna go in on the east side of the house?
That's correct.
So, not gonna be included. So for those of you that were there,
Well, it's relatively flat.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it's,
Yeah.
the way this cut line is proposed for the silt sock, I mean, it's more than far enough, as far as I'm concerned, for that screen.
there's plenty of space between the contour lines, as they're drawn, so you can see there's not much of a pitch on the
Yeah,
Okay.
it's interesting, because the wetlands, you know, the water comes out of a pipe,
ground. Yeah.
and then it sort of runs a little bit, and then you run into the wetlands in the
Mhm.
back, so, you know, so it's kind of a cool property.
All right, anybody else with questions? Mr. Zimmer? All right, well, in that case, I'll entertain a motion for a negative determination as presented.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
That's okay.
Any further discussion?
Yes or not?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, abstaining?
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mr. Zimmer.
Have a great night.
Thank you. We just mentioned some of the
Of course.
No.
So what do we do about that?
Well, let me ask you, if you think we can, well, let's look at this. So vote to, return to Stephanie Von Jess property. Motion to, untable. Okay, second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So, back to,
You wanna look at it?
yeah, let's look at it.
Okay. Good.
Did the site visit.
I know Darren very well, do you want me to call him and see if I can get hold of him?
Well, if he's with him like 5 minutes, yeah, otherwise.
It's not like him to be late, so he might just not have realized that it was,
Signing books or-
Yeah, well, the last meeting was, you know, can't be perfect one, so,
and if I can answer questions, I wouldn't mind.
Okay.
thank you.
So, you know where the project is going.
Yeah, this is for a pretty simple, layout, wasn't it? This is the greenhouse on Peckham Road.
So what was it, the folks at 207 or?
Yeah, the people here
I'm wondering about the,
said that
Yeah, they came to the.
their well is on the house, in the wetlands,
At 195?
at
207.
207.
Even though it's saying
Yeah, it
so,
says greater than 200 feet.
Yeah,
But they don't know where the well is. There's no
Oh, they
record
don't
of
know
where it
that
is.
Oh.
yeah.
I mean,
Well-
I guess the owner knows where it is, but there's
but
no,
if the septic is going
no plan
there,
on record with it.
and there's already 86 feet here,
It is
That's-
a lot of septic swell
so
road in the
that's
neighborhood,
100.
and they
But
just
yeah,
wanted to come
this
kind
is,
of
I
and
mean,
see.
this is the hot weeks.
So that they should,
Yeah.
there's a,
right, I'm just, yeah, so.
That's like, I think they went away okay,
yeah,
because I
Oh,
showed
that's
them
more than 100.
on here.
Well, yeah, and I know that there, you know, there's a rule about 75 feet from the wetlands for the,
Right. He's clear the septic.
additional over.
I just texted him.
Yeah, he's, you know.
You don't happen to have a gauge in here, do you?
I'm sorry, what was
No.
that?
Scale?
Gauge scale.
Maybe.
If not, maybe you just got a ruler on the desk there. What is our?
Unfortunately, I didn't. I'm sorry.
Well, you know, I used to have one, but I don't think it made the rule.
and Rob.
One inch is 30 feet.
It's to make us look professional.
Do we have a ruler on here? I know, huh?
You got a piece of paper, pencil.
No, I'm scrapping them, I think we have rules coming out of our ears.
It's not like you can pull it up on your phone either, that's one of the few things you
I
can't
know.
do.
Tell Apple.
And then charge you
That's
for it,
true.
Could measure stuff.
charge you $80 or something. All right, so, this doesn't look like they even have to do any build-up, I mean, it's not gonna be a raised system. It's going right in the ground.
Right, and it was, this right here, it says 100-foot buffer zone, isn't that where the little bunker was? Or is that off the property?
Yeah, that's the bunker in that buffer zone.
Did you go to this? No, it was a little,
This is
It's a
like,
fallout shelter.
yeah, that's what it looks like, yeah.
That's what it is.
so the corner of this
It's a
thing is
doomsday shelter.
With trees growing off the top.
easily,
It's
100
kinda
it's like
cool.
right at 100 feet from the property line, maybe 105, 110, so that's not a problem. So that's good. Not a raised system.
No, it was, and the yard itself was pretty flat,
Mm-hmm.
or is pretty
Yeah,
flat.
this is another,
All right, there's the
another
flat
real
line.
flat project up in the back where they want to do it.
Curious about what they're gonna do. They're
Yeah.
gonna kind of,
Actually, 8 acres that they have on this property.
erosion, yeah, so they got erosion control plan here. And it's fairly treed over there anyway.
Yep.
Away from the property line, so you got erosion control. You got plenty of room to get in and out of here. There's a few more.
This needs to be signed, oh, for the other?
If you remember when we were there, we speculated the pipe was probably coming out where the bathroom window was.
Yeah,
He says it comes out this corner of the house. Yeah. So it just goes out on the side of the house.
oh, so
The
what was,
pipe
so what was
from-
that?
The existing septic system goes out from this corner of the house.
Oh,
Just probably just
What's the
like a
wetlands?
leachy, like an old leaching field.
Yeah,
So I don't know what that
Yeah.
extra pipe was, that looked like a vent pipe.
They said that's not a vent pipe, because we asked them about that. Sure.
It's decorative.
Yeah,
That's
well,
the septic
yeah, strange decorative thing.
Well, I thought something else on that.
But
It
if
was,
you talk
but
to
you
him,
figured that was a
tell him
little
check it out.
Yeah.
pseudo camouflage.
They're ready to go.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So Marilyn, anything else we need to know about this property? It looks,
I didn't see anything that was, I mean, there's a big grade drop to the wetlands, and the rest of the yard was pretty flat, and, it's an old house, and it was, pretty simple layout. So, no, I think it's pretty simple.
The only thing that we did see there, when we were there, is over in this clump of bushes and trees,
it's stuff that's
it's all the junk, paint pails,
Yeah, that's true, there was a lot of stuff there.
old
And lots
oil
of-
can, whatever it was.
Yeah, and lots of little, remember the pipes, the shepherd's hooks and stuff that were hanging up, and a lot of stuff there, but.
As far as the project goes, I don't think there's anything to really be concerned about.
No.
All right, in that case, I'll entertain a motion for a negative determination with the one stipulation that they clean up all the junk in that area that's adjacent to the west edge of the leaching field.
No, the motion was not negative determination.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
I,
Any opposed? Any abstaining? That's unanimous. Okay, so we've got to ask, now we get to agent updates.
yeah, that's the first one. Let's do the second one. Same thing. I don't know what this looks. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were waiting for me. Okay, there's a couple things on here that I thought were gonna be on the agenda, that I was gonna be able to tell you about, but, Rob Moyer, is that how you say his name? He called one day and he said, I need to update you, don't go for the bylaw. I
Okay.
said, okay, And he said, I'll just send you the information, via email. And then he never did. So, I'll send him a note, just asking what is it you wanted us to know. And then as far as the cleanup goes,
What's
I
that
just-
day? Huh?
what's that?
What was the day for it?
Well, that's what I'm saying, is we couldn't get it together. I couldn't. Between being sick and, the Boy Scouts are camping on one side of their vacation and the Little League thing is on the other side. And, yeah, so it was like, I couldn't figure out how to squeeze it, So, I have high hopes that the group called Spruce Up Acushnet, which is part of the, I don't know if they're like behind the All Things Acushnet Facebook group, or if they're,
It's Chelsea, yeah.
yeah, but anyway, I got an email from her, so I filled her in.
Oh, yeah.
And she said, well, maybe we can get one going
Yeah.
through,
Oh,
Spruce Up
good.
Acushnet.
That's
They
She
do it-
said something, I said I'd mention it tonight, about when it is. Okay.
Right, so she said, what did she say? Oh, she said, they do something they call trash mobs, which is pretty cool. They spend an hour on Saturday. They just pick a street or an area and they spend an hour and it's
Good.
done.
It's the way to do it.
So, yeah, so it's possible,
All across from White's. Little road.
Oh, along the fence?
there's a lot of trash over there, yeah. So it's possible that they'll take it up, sometime this month, but I haven't heard from her since I sent her that email, so, we'll see what
Okay.
happens. Yeah, so we're working on it anyway, and if they wanna do it, we have, bags and gloves and stuff, so we could donate that, and stuff, but like I said, I just couldn't get it together, so. Okay, so that's cleaned up, and then I did some inspecting today. And there's a couple things I need guidance on. There's one house, I went up, North Main. I actually went all over the place, but this is North Main. There's one house that had a replication area on the plan,
Mm-hmm.
and when they put it in, I forget who the builders were. I forget who they were, but they, I have that information anyway. But when they put the replication area in, they put it in like really deep, and right next to their walkway that goes to the front door. So the new owners filled it in. So so now it's just lawn like everything else. So I'm wondering, what do we do there? Do we wait until they need a COC, or do you want me to send them a letter that says, you did this and that's not right, so we need to put in a replication area, and this is what your plan looks like, this is where it's supposed to be, that kind of thing?
So that doesn't have a COC yet?
No
Okay.
COC.
Well, then, I think the letter would be, here's what it should look like.
Uh-huh.
Here's how what you've done would make it not possible for you to get a certificate of compliance if you ever want one.
Mhm.
So,
Okay, so this is what you should do.
yeah, so let's,
In case you want
but,
COC.
yeah, but she's, they're gonna have to undo it,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, that's
And
good.
whether it's not knowing the regs or not, but if this was done for the people that, obviously it was done for the people that are living there and they knew, which I think the builder told them, this is here because we had to replicate, and they filled it in, when it's on their own property plans, they should know better. So they're gonna have to put it back where it should be. Otherwise, everybody in town can just go, I didn't know, and fill it in, and then there's nothing left.
And then there's
In
nothing
terms
left,
of
exactly.
Replication area.
Right, okay. All right, so I can do that. And then, I checked on a couple of the vernal pools, cause we don't have anything certified. But, there's number Fernandes with the big pool in the back, they're building on Evergreen Drive.
Yeah, it's going on.
The house looks great, it's almost done,
Mhm.
The yard is mucky still, a lot of rock. Then they have moved, they have a ton of big huge boulders, so they had to
Yeah.
move all that.
Yeah.
So those are all off to the side, that's okay. But the vernal pool looks terrible. It looks like somebody, maybe one of the machines had a leak or something, because there's a big sheen on one part of it that looks like oil, gas or whatever.
Oh,
Right, so that's how it looks, I could be wrong, it could be from something organic, I guess. But also the rest of the pool, it's, remember, it's a
no. Yep.
big pool.
Mhm.
It has a lot of algae and stuff, I
Allergy,
guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of it.
Yeah, a lot of the brown stuff, and it doesn't look clear, it doesn't look good at all, so if it had little guys in it, they're not making any noise right now, So I didn't see any eggs or anything in that one.
Oh, God, because they were all over. We got tadpoles
Mm-hmm.
and when we went last.
Yeah, very active.
Yeah, okay, so we need to do something about that. But, and then there was one, they're building a whole bunch of houses on Keene Road, you guys know that, right?
Yep.
So on one side, it's like just flat on the road,
Yeah.
nice soil, they just big. There's about 8 of them on that side. And then on this side, there's another, probably 8 in total, but, 5 anyway. And one of them, it's like a double driveway, has a vernal pool on it, which, at the time, when they started building, you don't know, because it's fall,
Yeah.
but there were 2 different kinds of eggs in that.
Mm.
So if you wanna, go forward trying to get it certified,
Great.
Yeah, because hopefully I can get a decent picture at this
That's
point.
probably what frogs and spotted salamanders. If you get 2 different kinds. Those are the most common around here.
Yeah, I think it's wood frogs, that's the one that's clear and you can see the little yellow guys
And
in it.
yeah, and they tend to be smaller eggs, and then the spotted salamander's eggs are a little bit bigger and tend to have more of a cloudy.
Cloudy, yeah, that's what I saw, those 2, yeah, so. And then, I went by DeTerra's, remember DeTerra, that's way down on the hill, and they have sort of a vernal pool in the back.
Yeah.
I just went by there and rolled all my windows down and see if I could hear anybody in there, and I didn't hear anybody. And the one on Gammons Road, I haven't heard anybody squawking in there either,
Mm.
so I don't know what's going on with
Kind
them.
of quiet today, actually.
It was quiet at my house and they've
Yeah.
been making plenty of
Yeah,
noise.
they
Sunday
have been,
night, it was
so-
noisy outside. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I drove down, Perry Hill Road
Mhm.
towards Captain Bonnie's. Actually, and plus we were on,
It's been out.
105 too, and it was noisy down there.
Yeah, some nights, actually, I drove down to the end of the golf course, so I was in the garden
Mhm.
today for a minute, and, turned around there, and just that stream down there, they were squawking up a storm
Mhm.
by, so that was kind of nice to hear from them, but, so, but that's, what's going on in the ones, there's one that we couldn't certify because it belongs to, it's on the Amstar property around the gas tanks,
Mm.
but that was a big one too, so my guess is that they're probably going for it too. So, and then, I have a couple of notes here about different houses, but you don't need to hear all that. But, and then I went to check on, the house right next, across from the garden, I've been driving by and checking on it and stuff and thinking, oh, everything looks fine. Drive down there today and there's still fences trashed, and there's mud heading, underneath it is, so I'm gonna write him a letter too.
What address is that? Oh, where is it?
That's, right behind Mike Chopper, so it's about 659 or 7 or something like that, Main Street. And the only other thing is that town meeting is May 13th, so you all know
Oh,
the date.
good to
Yeah.
know.
You know, happens to be the same day as Massachusetts town meeting again. But it's a big day for town meeting, I guess.
Yeah.
But it might be an interesting meeting. We'll
Mhm.
see, there's a lot of things on the warrant article, a lot of warrant articles
On the
on the
same day?
agenda. No, it's Monday.
Oh, 13, sorry.
Never really is, I know it's, one night is, I want to say it's like 165, 175, this that beat up looking house, it almost looks like an old Quonset hut.
Coming out of Cox.
No,
Kinda,
it's,
just a little
it's
below it.
just west of, Tony Marks's cow field there. And it's like we're starting to get, people stockpiling like wood chips and dirt and all that, and a lot of work going on down at the bottom. I'm just curious about that lot, if there's wetlands back there, and if any of that, whatever it is happening in wetlands.
Is he running a, like a landscape company or something
It
out
almost
there?
looks
Yes.
like that, yeah.
There's plenty of fill and stuff there right now and
Right.
rocks and stuff.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Right, but there was
This
a,
is,
um,
it's where Frank's Auto Parts used to
Yeah,
live.
Frank Miller lived
Yeah.
there. Well, I own the thing
It's like,
right
uh,
next to it.
Yeah, it's close, yeah, it's like
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
it's kind of like fading orange color or something like that.
so is it,
Yeah.
It's on the same side as,
There
it's
was
it's
a-
across from your sister's house, basically.
Yeah, but I own the house
On the
right
other
next to
side,
it.
okay.
And there's just no wetland down there.
yeah, no, I did,
It goes
This-
from-
there's a house down there that, they didn't do much to the house, but then they built kind of like big walls out of dirt.
Yeah, the berms are like this, and they, yeah, it's not that one, it's
Oh, it's next door to that?
next door.
Oh, okay, because I did walk down there once.
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
end
oh,
of that
yeah,
one.
no, it's further west.
I should have looked at the number on that, I just noticed it was driving by.
Okay.
The
all right,
guy
well, I
works
can-
in construction, I guess, he's got a lot of reprocesses stuff there, I guess he sells wood
Oh.
chips, sand, and everything, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a little bit in the
It's like-
construction.
Okay, well, maybe I'll just swing by one day and.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, if I'm in town on a Saturday, maybe it'll be on. Okay. Just making sure.
There's a stone wall way at the end of that property.
Yeah,
Probably, yeah.
I don't, on the other side of that property. Is that Burt Street and all that area?
Yeah, well, not Dirt Street there, but it's across the street from me, where I live now. Them woods connect there.
Oh, right, okay, so there's Weldon Lane back, Weldon Brook?
No,
down
no,
there somewhere,
no, that's way over,
Okay.
way out.
All right. All right. Anything else you guys want me to check on?
Yeah.
I could all
Going to
choose
war,
for
there used to
today.
be a big chicken farm,
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah?
yeah.
We need to find a new number.
We do.
I know.
Why, hold on.
Come on. So we have 6.
John,
We have a
did
max
you
of
talk to,
7.
Mr. Lopes about putting a little blurb on the, cable? I think I mentioned it to you.
You didn't give me, you didn't give it to me in writing,
For those of you watching, we have 6 members, we have.
and I give it to him, it's not a problem.
The Conservation Commission is something you would get appointed by the selectmen, but you can contact the agent, contact the selectmen.
We have a lot of fun.
Yeah. Pay us good.
Especially on site visits.
See a lot of the time you never see any other way.
Heck, yeah.
What?
I'm just saying, get all the site visits, you get to see parts of the town you wouldn't see otherwise.
Yeah, it's true.
Mhm.
You know, right where the woods are.
Okay. Anything else then for any business for the commission? Okay, with that, since Ted's here, I'll give you the honor, Ted.
Well, I haven't been here a long time. Make a motion to adjourn.
We have a second.
Second,
All in favor?
I
Meeting adjourned at 6:33 PM.